Hello, baseball fans. King Ikeboo coming to you live from League Park in Cleveland, where we are continuing on our Best of the 1900s Mad Tournament, as we are playing here in the Elite Eight, the second series between the Philadelphia Athletics of 1909, the number 2 seed, and the number 7 seed, the 1904 Cleveland Naps, who finished 4th place in 1904, and here they are in the Elite Eight, trying to get to the Final Four. It was a classic Game 1. Classic Game 1 went to 13 innings. Classic Game 1 that finally was won by Cleveland in the top of the 13th with 2 runs, and the Athletics could not match this time. Cleveland was down 6-2 in the 7th inning, and they chipped away, and they came back, and they tied the game in the 9th inning, and then they won it in the 13th. It was a classic ball game that would be on ESPN Classic if they had ESPN, if they had television of any kind in 1904 and 1909, which they did not. But here we are. So this is a must win for the number 2 seed. We've seen the number 1 seed, the Boston Athletics, the Boston Americans of 1903 go down already. So the number 2 seed is on the verge of going down. We have a Cleveland team in the Final Four already, the 1908 Cleveland Naps. Will another Cleveland team join them in the Final Four? We shall see here today, possibly. Here's the lineup for the Philadelphia Athletics on the ropes in elimination game. Leading off, playing left field, Topsy Hartzell. Batting second, the second baseman, Eddie Collins. Batting third, I guess I can go like this, so you can see. Batting third, the right fielder. And it doesn't say his position, so I got to change that. Yes, I didn't put positions. What was I thinking? Let's see. He's left field, right? And he's right field. There we go. So let's start this again. This is a professional broadcast after all. Batting third, the right fielder, Danny Murphy. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Home Run Baker. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Harry Davis. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Rube Oldring. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jack Berry. Batting eighth, the catcher, Ira Thomas. And batting ninth, today's starting pitcher, the left-hander, Eddie Plank. Here are the go to away. Number 1. Here are the surprising 1904 Cleveland Naps, a number 7 seed. Here's their lineup. Leading off and playing right field, Harry Deerfoot Bay. Batting second, the left fielder, Billy Lush. Batting third, the shortstop, Napoleon Lajoie. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Elmer Flick. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Bill Bradley. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Charlie Hickman. Batting seventh, the first baseman, George Stovall. Batting eighth, the catcher, Harry Bemis. And batting ninth, today's starting pitcher, the right-hander, Earl Moore. So let's get this one underway. Continuing to fight with ball score. I just played a game with Fall Classic, and I scored it with Stratomatic, and was it beautiful. Was it so much easier than this monstrosity? But we have started here. We have laid our lines of battle here with ball score, so we cannot just up and leave now. We've got to go for it because we're most of the way through this tournament, so we have to keep going. Here is Earl Moore. He's had 1 start in this tournament so far. He pitched a shutout, a 9th inning shutout, and he gave up 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and got the win, of course. Here's Topsy Hartzell, who's 5 for 14 in this tournament so far. Here's the roll. 68. 68 is a hit column. I'll just call them columns, even though it's not a column, it's more a row. But it's 68. It's higher than a 63, so it is an out, a fly ball to center field. And that's V for center field. Doesn't make sense, but just go with me on that one. 1 away here in the first. Next is Eddie Collins. Eddie Collins is 6 for 15, 400 batting average. Here is the roll. 71. His walk is from 70 to 74. It's a 71. That's in between. It's a walk. The 1 to the automatic Steal is 8, so he will also try to steal. It's a walk, AW, and now it's a chance to steal. Here's Eddie Collins. Harry Bemis has an average arm. Eddie Collins is an F exclamation mark. It's 1 to 75 is the safe rating. Here's the roll. 50. He steals second base. The Athletics are going all out knowing they will be eliminated if they lose today. Here's Danny Murphy. Normally he bats fourth, but today he's batting third as they're trying to get away from what they exploited yesterday. 3 left-handers in a row and the rest right-handers. They spread it out a little better, so Murphy will play in the 3 spot. He is batting 4 for 16, 250 batting average. Here's the roll with the man on second base to Danny Murphy. 86, that's in the strikeout column. It's a 40. So, does that mean it has lots of strikeouts or very little strikeouts? Still learning the game. I believe it's because it's little strikeouts. We can look at his numbers and make sure for sure if he has like 200 strikeouts, then he's probably 40 means huge strikeouts. Let's look at that. So look at the Naps, look at Moore. Moore had 139 strikeouts and 227 innings pitched. That is quite a bit for the dead ball era. Everything is relative. So let's get to the pitching. Pitching is down here. So pitching, that's offense, pitcher control. So pitcher grades for strikeouts. We'll get strikeouts starting at 40. So yes, it's 89 to 90 and 40. That's how many strikeouts he gets. He's a strikeout pitcher, and he strikes out Danny Murphy here for the first strikeout in the game. Key strikeout with a man in scoring position. Here's the next batter, home run Baker. Baker is 8 for 17, 471 batting average. He does not have a home run, but he does have a triple and 3 doubles in this tournament. Here's the roll, 33. It's higher than a strikeout, lower than an out. It is a out, ground ball to first base, and that's the inning. It is over. They waste the leadoff. It was leadoff. No, was it leadoff? No, it was a walk for Eddie Collins with 1 out and a stolen base. So we'll go with D. He can advance if he likes, but the inning's over. So we go to the Cleveland, the surprising Naps. And we go to home. And we go to the next batter to Harry Bay. Harry Bay is batting 400, 6 for 15 in the tournament. Eddie Plank has had 1 start against the Detroit Tigers. Gave up 10 hits in 6 2/3 innings. And he gave up 7 earned runs for a 9.45 ERA. So let's see what he can do better here today. He's a left-handed pitcher against the left-handed Deerfoot Bay. Here's the roll. 15. It is a walk. It's higher than the higher than the single. I always want to call single strikeouts in this game. I do not know why. So it's higher than the single, lower than the walk. So it is a walk. The 5 is equal to his automatic steal, so he also will try to steal. He's an F exclamation mark, which is 75 minus the S. So it's 65 is the successful number that he will be looking for. AW gets him on base. And see if he can roll a 1 to 65. Here's the roll. 72, he is caught. The strong arm of the catcher, Ira Thomas, throws out Deerfoot Bay. So there's 1 out. Here's Billy Lush. Lush is batting 1 for 9. It's a 111 batting average. Here's the roll. It's a 79. 79's a walk row. It's higher than the walk. It's a fly out to right field. Out. W. There it is. And there's 2 away here in the first inning. Brings up the king, the true king, not this fake King Ikeboo, but the true king, Napoleon Lajoie, 5 for 15, 333 batting average. He has 1 RBI in the series, and he has 3 doubles. Here's the roll to Lajoie, 57. 57 is in the lefty-righty splits. It's a left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. He has a base hit. It's not an automatic steal, so he has a 2-out base knock to get on base for Elmer Flick, his buddy. Fellow Hall of Famer Elmer Flick. Flick is 7 for 16 at .438 batting average in this tournament. Here's the roll to Elmer Flick, 64. That is a base hit. First to third, hold, risk, advancing to third base. With 2 out, we're not going to risk it. So here's a base hit, runner to second. Brings up the Senator Bill Bradley. Bradley is 3 for 15 in the series. That's a .200 batting average. He has 4 RBIs, however. Here's the roll from Plank to Bradley. 46. That is an out. Ground ball to shortstop. Inning over. They leave 2 men on, but they escape without any runs. And the score after 1 inning complete, it's scoreless. We go to the away team, and we go to Harry Davis. Harry Davis, .438, 7 for 16 in the series. Here's the roll, 49. It's an out. It's a fly ball to right. That is O.W. for the first out in the second inning. Here's Oldring. Oldring had a great game yesterday. I can't tell you what he did, but you have to trust me. He was great. And he's 5 for 10 in this series, or in the tournament so far. Here's the roll. 48. 48 is an out. It's a fly ball to center field. O-V. U-V-W. Those are the outfield codes, shortcuts. Here's Jack Berry, one of the famous $100,000 infield, the shortstop. He's batting 5 for 11, .455. Here's the roll to Berry, 27. Higher than the strikeout, lower than the out. It's a fly ball to left field. Out and you. So that's the end of the second inning for Philadelphia. It's still scoreless. We go to the home team. Bring up Charlie Hickman, 6 for 15, .400 batting average. Playing out of position today at second base. Here's the roll, 21. Hit by pitch. No brawl, no charging the mound. He goes to first base, shaking his wrist. And let's see if he has the automatic steal. It is a 1, 2, so he will be automatic stealing. He's an F. That's 65 minus 10 for Ira Thomas. He's already thrown out somebody. And you have to roll 55 to be a successful steal. Here's the roll, 64. He is caught. Ira Thomas is the hero so far. He threw out 2 men. And that brings up George Stovall, 2 for 5 in the series. He's batting in the first base position. Here's the roll, 72. That is a walk. Doesn't have an automatic steal. So it could have been a big inning, but they ran out of the inning with the caught stealing. So instead of 2 men on, nobody out, there's 1 man on first and 1 out for Harry Bemis. Bemis is batting .071, 1 for 14. Here's the roll to Bemis, 39. That is an out. It's a fly ball to right field, which ends the inning O, and that is W. For the code, I'm learning the codes, saying them out loud. It sticks in my brain that way. I'm sorry if it annoys you. I'll try to do better. Go to away. We're in the top of the third. Oh, I didn't score that. Or did I? No, it's not the end of the inning. That's the issue. So we'll go back. Next batter is Earl Moore. It's good. We get the pitcher out of the way this way. Here's the roll. 43. That is certainly a strikeout. Then that will end the inning. And so after 2, it's scoreless. And now we go to Ira Thomas. Ira is 3 for 9. He's already thrown out 2 men today. Here's the roll to Ira. It's 11. That is a base hit and an automatic steal attempt. Here's the base hit. I suspect a catcher is not that fast. He's an A average runner. So A, it's nice having that catcher taking 10 off. He's an average. He doesn't take 10 off. So it's 50-50 chance at a stolen base. Here's the roll. 76. He's gone. So Bemis gets into the act of throwing out base runners. Here is Eddie Plank. Plank is 2 for 3 in this tournament. 667. 1-3. Gets a base hit. He has a chance to advance to second. It is What is this here? I gotta think here. I gotta get right. So it is 1. No, it's a 2. So it's to left fielder. The left fielder is an average runner. So we can stretch it. It would be 1 to 5 out. And 6 to 0, he would stretch it to a double. With 1 out, do you do it? You got big hitters coming up. I don't think you do it. So he's going to single. And he's going to stay. Judging by just what happened to Ira Thomas, he is going to stay at first. Next batter, Topsy Hartzell. Here's the roll to Topsy, 32. It's an out. It's a pop out to short. Pop out is to short is a number 6. And he holds it first, 2 away. That brings up their greatest hitter they have, Eddie Collins. Here's the roll, 48. That's in the out range. It's a fly ball to center field, which ends the inning. These two teams are playing, feeling each other out. As they say in boxing circles. As through... We might as well close Strat. We wish we were using you to score the game, but unfortunately we're not. Okay. So that's the bottom of the third. Here's Deerfoot Bay. He walked and got thrown out by Ira Thomas in the first inning. Here's the roll to Bay, 57. That would be the lefty-righty split, but they're both left-handers, so it's a fly ball to left field. That is the U. 1 away. Then that brings up Billy Lush, switch hitter. Here's the roll to switch hitter. Billy Lush, he strikes out. 2 away. Next batter, Lajoie. Roll to Lajoie is a 75. It is a just outside the walk. So instead of a walk, it is a ground ball to third base. And that ends the inning. Things are going quickly here today. Not the 2-hour ball game I played yesterday that I haven't dared put up. I just don't have the intestinal fortitude to put up a 2-hour ball game on in YouTube, even though it was a classic 13-inning game, but yeah. Okay, so we are in the top of the 4th, and that brings up Danny Murphy. Here's the roll to Murphy, 75. It is like Moore, it's just, or like Plank, it's just outside his walk, so it's ground ball to third base. O and F. 1 away. Here's Frank Baker. His friends call him home run. Here's the roll. 0-1. Here's a possible home run, but not really, because League Park is a monstrous ballpark. Either that or the wind blows off the lake 50 miles an hour, and it's very difficult to hit the ball out of the ballpark. So the home run number is 8 minus 10 minus 2, so it's in the negative. But what that means, if he rolls a 1 to 8, it is not an extra base hit. It is an out. I'm learning this game as I go, and that's what the rules say, and that makes a lot of sense. Because why should you benefit even with a double if you have a negative ballpark and negative pitcher? So that's what the rationale is. So let's see what the roll is. 53, it is a double. 1 out double for home run Baker. Next batter, Harry Davis. Here's the roll to Davis. 06 is another extra base hit. 11 minus 10 minus, so it's in the negatives as well. Roll the dice. 05, here's what it comes up. And so you believe me. Where's it in here? I think it's right in the first page, is it not? No, second page. Nope, where is it? It's got to be somewhere. I think you have to trust me on this one. I'm not going to try to show you sacrifice bunt, pitcher control. Trust me, if it's If it's negative, it's a fly out. And the runners hold in this case. So we'll just put it a fly out to center field because I don't want to go and look up. I don't want to look up the rule. I'm going to let it go. So it's a fly ball to center field, out, and a V. So there's 2 away. He stays on second. Maybe advance. I got to get this right. He might advance. Where is this sucker? Where does it say? Oh, okay, here. Here it is right here. If the batter is not a hit home run because of a negative rating, it's now a fly out. That's all it says. So he took away the double, fly out, and it is 2 out here. And that brings up Oldring, and that saved a run. Here's the roll. 22. That is a strikeout to end the inning. So we're still scoreless through 3.5 innings. Go to home. Up will come Elmer Flick. Here's the roll to Flick, 98. Doesn't say what's... I really didn't put in the base runners here. So who's in center field? It'd probably be Oldring. Center field. There we go. All right. Now we've got things together. So Oldring in center field. It's a test for him. Now it's changed because we put that in. It was 98. And it was higher than 1. So he catches the ball. Fly ball to center field. 1 away. Have to go by memory on that one. V. 1 away for Bill Bradley. Next batter rolls the dice. 0-1. Extra base hit. His home run is 13 minus 10 minus 2. It's 1. Only way he can get a home run is he rolls a 1. 2 to 13 is a fly out, and anything higher than that is an extra base hit. 80. It's a double for Bradley. 1 away. Here in the 4th inning, next batter's Charlie Hickman. Here's the roll, 94. It's a test for the second baseman Collins. His error rating is, roll is 1. His error rating is 3. It's a 1 base error. If it's an odd number, it's a 1 base. If it's an even number, it's a 2 base error. It's a 1 base error, so the runner does not score on the play. He reaches on an error. And the error is on the Hall of Famer, Eddie Collins. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. The best scoring chance for either team so far. And here's Stovall, a 298 hitter. Here's the roll, 09. That's a base hit. We have our first run of the game. And here it says 1st to 3rd, all runners advance. So we still have 1st and 3rd with 1 out. But the score is now Cleveland 1 and Philadelphia nothing. Brings up Bemis. Here's the roll to Bemis, 51. That is an out. It's a line out to first base. Double off the lead runner if you roll 1 to 5. I assume that's this roll here. 1 to 5. And it certainly is 1. They're all 1 to 5, all 3 rolls. So no matter which one you pick, it is a double off the lead runner. Great play by the first baseman, Harry Davis, to get the double play. So how do you score this one? It would be a 1-5 double play. It's not a force, though. So we'll just go out. We'll go a line out. And we'll go to the out at 3rd. So we'll play this assist to first base and a put out by the 3rd baseman, Baker, to end the inning. But they do score a run after 4. It's 1-0. And that brings up Jack Berry. I'm sure they call him Black Jack Berry. I'm assuming. Let's see. Yes, I'm one of these kind of people. I have to find things out. I'm a curious cat. Is he Black Jack Berry? Come on, Black. Oh, I don't have internet. This happens all the time. If I go away for a while from the internet, I lose it. I don't know what it is. So I got to reset the adapter. And then when it resets, I get my internet back. But I don't know why. It just cuts me off. You got fiber optics internet, and this is what happens, I guess. Maybe I got too many connections. I got my kid on there. I got like TV on there. I mean, you got everything on there. It's too much. It kicks off. There's too many connections. Maybe that's what it is. So Blackjack Berry, come on. They don't have his nickname on here? Well. Guess I will never know. Anyway, here's the dice for Blackjack Berry. He gets hit by the pitch. So the leadoff hitter, the tying run is aboard. A 9 does not get the automatic steal, I'm almost certain. It's 3. 9 is higher than 3. This is why we went to school, ladies and gentlemen. For just this precise thing, to learn that 9 is higher than 3, therefore there's no automatic steal. Here's the next batter, Ira Thomas. He's a 5 sacrifice hit. However, Eddie Plank is on deck. Is Eddie Plank a decent hitter? Not really. So we will not bunt. We'll just swing away. Here's the roll. 22, that's a strikeout. And now Plank is up. He's the guy that will bunt in this situation. Here's the roll. It's a 3. Gets the bunt down. The bunt goes to 3 is the first baseman. The first baseman is Stovall. Stovall's an S. So that means that the successful bunt roll now is 1-4. And 5 and 6 will be lead runner. Fielder's choice. Here's the roll. 3, a successful bunt. Sacrifice hit. Advances to second. Assist to the first baseman. And the put out to the second baseman on the wheel play. So there's 2 out and a runner at second base. The tying run. And the leadoff hitter, Topsy Hartzell, who is 0 for 2. Here's the roll. 17. It is a walk. So AW, we'll call that, it won't be an intentional walk because the next batter is the legendary Eddie Collins. So he wouldn't walk Topsy Hartzell to face Collins, not in any universe. Here's the roll. 50. It is an out. A pop out to third base. Ends the inning with no runs scored. Runners hold and go back to the dugout. After 4.5, it's still 1-0. This is a dead ball game. We don't see too many dead ball games in this tournament, but here's one of them. That brings up Earl Moore. Moore is 0 for 4. Here's the roll. 83. 83 is a strikeout. 1 away for Eddie Plank. Brings up Harry Bay. 08. That's a base hit. And it's higher than his automatic steal, so he'll stay at first. He has his second time on base today. This time he will not get thrown out because he will not try. Here's Billy Lush. With 1 out, we'll swing away. Here's the roll. 66. 66 is higher than the hit. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Runner out on second at the for a fielder's choice. It is a fielder's choice to the shortstop. So out at second, that's a 6-4. And the runner is safe at first. 2 out now for Lajoie with a runner at first. Here's the roll, 97. It's a test for the left fielder, Hartzell. His error rating is 1. The roll is 4. He does not make the error. He makes the play. It's a fly ball to left, which ends the inning. And after 5 complete, it's 1-0 Cleveland. Brings up Danny Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 2. Here's the roll. 22. That is a hit by pitch. People are getting plunked left and right in this game. And that probably is also a stolen base. Yes, it is. So he is a 65 is the roll that they need. Here's the roll. 45. He steals second base. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Tying run at second base for home run Baker. Here's the roll. 41. That is an out. It's a line out to shortstop. Double off the lead runner if you roll a 2 with the 10. And it's a 1. So it is not a double play. He gets back. So it's a line out to short. Line out to short. He stays at second. He's grateful to get back to the bag. And here's Harry Davis. What has Harry Davis done today? He is 0 for 2. We're on the third time around. Moore is a 38. So he can go 4 times through the lineup and still go 2 more guys. So he has great endurance. Here's the roll to Davis, 64. That is just outside his base hit. It's a ground ball to second base. The runner on second advances to third on the ground ball to second base. So that's why you steal bases, so you stay out of the double play. Advances to third. Runner out at first. 2 away. Runner at third base. Ready to score on any wild pitch. Here's Rube Aldring. And here's the roll. 91. We just talked about this. We just talked about the wild pitch factor. 91. His wild pitch rating is 6. The roll was 2. It is a wild pitch, and the tying run scores on the wild pitch. What a way to tie the ball game here in the 6th inning. It's now 1-1. And Oldring gets another roll. Here's the roll to Oldring. 39. That is an out. It's a fly ball to right. OW. So that ends the 6th inning for Philadelphia, but they tie the game. Here's Lajoie. No, it's now Elmer Flick. Flick so far today is 1 for 2. Here's the roll to Elmer. 40. 40 is a pop out to catcher. Out. And a 1. No, 2. Pop out to catcher. 1 is a pop out to pitcher. Here's the next batter, Bradley. Could we have another extra inning affair? I wouldn't be surprised. Eddie Plank's a 33. He's on his 3rd time. So this would be 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So when we get Charlie Hickman, the 2nd or the 4th time for Charlie Hickman, we know the fatigue factor will start to kick in for Plank. Here's the roll to Bill Bradley. 22. He gets a base hit to right, so he will not try to advance. On the button optional, batter tries to stretch the hit into the double. So it will not happen because he has an S arm, a strong arm. So Bradley is on, but he will try to steal because the roll is 2, and he's got automatic steal of 3. So with 1 out, he's going to try to steal. That has not proved effective in this ball game so far. Bradley's an F. Thomas is a S, so it's 55 is the roll that they need. It's an 05. Now there's something special here with the 05. Something clicks in my brain and says there's something else you have to check. Catch your arm. Okay. Let's see. Okay, 95 to 98 is a pickoff. Okay, where's... It's not a base steal, is it? Yeah, it is a base steal. There's somewhere where it says that if it's 1 to 5, it's a possible error. Now, where is that? If the number is 1 to 9, refer to the catcher's defensive number rating. If equal to or less than the number, he's safe and advances an extra base. So the roll is 5. I'm sure it's that one, and it's that. We gotta make sure we gotta do this right. Okay, so if the number is from 0 to 9, refer to the catcher's defensive number rating if equal to or less than. So they're talking about the 2nd digit here. They're not talking about a D6. They're talking about this number here. If equal to or less than, the number is safe and he advances on the bad throw. He does not have a bad throw, however, because the number's a 5 and he's a 2. So it's a successful stolen base, but he does not advance to third. That would be key with 1 out if he got to third base. That's 1 out and a man in scoring position for Charlie Hickman. Today, Hickman has hit by pitch, caught stealing, and reached on an error and did not score. Here's the roll to Hickman. 59. 59 left-handed pitcher. Right-handed batter is the lefty-righty split. It's a base hit. Single second to home. He scores on a W or A arm. It's a single to right. That's why you put the S guy in the right field. He does not advance. So it's now first and third with one out. Because of the great arm of Murphy, he does not score. The go-ahead run brings up Stovall. So they still have a chance to get out of this inning. Here's the roll to Stovall. 54. 54 is an out. What will happen? It says ground ball to second base. Runner at first. Fielder's choice. Runner at third advances. So they go for the double play. They are not successful because of the speed of Stovall. Even though he's an average runner, he really hustled down that line. So it's a fielder's choice. Which is the fielder again? Second base. So we'll do this again. Fielder's choice. Second base. He goes 4-6. He scores. He's out at second. And the runner is not doubled up. So the run scores. It's now 2-1 Cleveland. They regain the lead. Here's the roll to Bemis. 19. 19 is a strikeout. How did he get that? How did he get that? He does that too quick. For Bemis, he's not a good hitter. You go to my instructional video, even though that instructional video has mistakes, because I've learned about the game since then. So here's a safety tip for all you folks. If you're going to do an educational instructional video, make sure you know the subject inside and out. You might give bad information. But in this case, okay, so it's a 19. It's higher than his hit by pitch. You go up to this number. So extra base is 1 to 5 is extra base. 6 to 15 is a single. This guy doesn't walk worth a darn, so he has -2, which means he cannot get a walk, but he does get hit by pitch up to 17. And then 17 to 25 is the strikeout number. That's why he strikes out. And he ends the inning, but the Cleveland Naps get the go-ahead run just after the Athletics score in the top of the 6th. The Naps score in the bottom of the 6th to go back in the lead after 6 innings, 2-1. We go to Jack Berry, Black Jack Berry. What has he done today? He has flied out to left and got hit by a pitch. Did not score. Here's Berry. He's now batting .417 in the tournament. 90. 90 means a ground ball to the pitcher. If there's men on base, it's a wild pitch possibility, but there's nobody on base, so it's just a ground out to pitcher. 1 and A for ground out to pitcher. 1 away here in the 7th. They are getting desperate in Philadelphia now in the dugout for the Athletics. The number 2 seed is in trouble. Here's the pitch to Thomas, 63. 63 is a base hit. 3 is higher than the automatic steals, so he will not steal. It's a 1-out base hit for Thomas. Brings up Plank, who certainly will bunt. Here's Eddie Plank's bunt. You look at this number, ladies and gentlemen. To get it down, he's got to get a roll of 1 to 5. Here's the roll. It's a 4. He gets it down. And it is 2. The fielder is 4. It's a first baseman. Stovall, who has a strong arm. That affects the roll now. Instead of 1 to 5, you see his sacrifice hit rating is 5. That's why to get it down, it's 1 to 5. However, he rolls it again to see if the bunt is successful. He gets it down, but what happens now, because Stovall has an S arm, he has a greater chance of throwing the lead off, or the lead runner. So here's the roll. He rolls a 2. It is successful. So sacrifice hit for Plank. That's his 2nd of the game. He advances to 2nd. And the assist to the first baseman. And the put out to the second baseman. So that's 2 out. Runner in scoring position. And the next batter is Topsy Hartzell. He walked, popped out, and flied out. 78. That is the walk. Here's the thing that I learned that I didn't not have in the instructional video. One thing was the home run. When you have a negative, it doesn't turn into a double, it turns out into an out. But also I learned if you have a runner on first base and you have a 70s row, if it's not a walk, if it's 75 to 79, it's not just a fly out to center field. It is a double play ball. But unfortunately for the athlete, it's 2 out anyway, doesn't matter. But if they have a runner in second base, so it wouldn't have been a double play ball if there was 1 out. But that's the other thing I did not know that I learned later. But it's here it is, a fly ball to center field, so the runner is out. And the inning is over. So after 6.5, it's still 2-1 Cleveland. And here's the pitcher, Uramur, who is having a fabulous game so far. Here's the pitch to Moore. We're leaving him in the game. That is an out. It's a ground ball to first base. And we'll make it a pitcher involved that time. 3-1. Next batter, Harry Bay. Bay is singled, walked, and flied out. He has been caught stealing as well. 97. 97 is to Topsy Hartzell. It's a range check because it's a 5 or 6. He is a asterisk. Asterisk means that 5 and 6 pass the test. Hartzell passed the test. He has great range in left field. He doesn't make many errors, but he has a weak arm. That's why he's in left. And he makes the play for the second out of the inning. O and U. 2 out. And that brings up Billy Lush. Lush struck out, fielder's choice, and flied out. 0 for 3, 42. He's 0 for 4. It's a pop out to second base to end the inning. So after 7, it's still 2-1 Cleveland. There's a new screen I haven't seen before. All right, we go to away. It brings up Eddie Collins. Collins has walked, flied out, and popped out. Here's the roll. 0-5. It's an extra base hit. 7 minus 10. So 1 to 7 is a out. 7 to 77 is a double. 78 to 100 is a triple. It's a 64. He has a double. So Collins is on second base with nobody out, in scoring position for Danny Murphy. Murphy's been hit by a pitch. He's struck out and grounded to third. Here's the roll. 92. 92 is a pass ball check. Harry Bemis is a 2. The pass ball check is a 2. It's a pass ball. And the runner Collins goes to third. So they have man at third with nobody out. Next batter. No, that's wrong. He gets another roll. Danny Murphy's still at the bat. Here's the roll. What should we do? Should we bring the infield in? This is the time when I wish I had live stream. I've never done one of those because I know there'd probably be nobody on. But, it'd be nice to have a few people on and have the live stream and say, hey, should we bring the infield in? Okay, you're up by 1. You don't want the go-ahead run to get on base, right? So I think you leave the infield back. Maybe with 1 out you do it, but nobody out. Here's the roll. 45. 45 is an out. It's a ground ball to third base. Runner holds except for an F runner. We know Eddie Collins is an F runner. He's not only an F runner, he's an F exclamation, which is even better. So he scores on the ground ball to third base. That's how fast he is. 5-3. Runner scores. Tie game at 2 here in the 8th inning. Next batter, nobody on for home run Baker. Here's the roll, 77. 77 is a fly out to left. So we have 2 away here in the 8th. We are knotted at 2. Harry Davis, 82. 82 is a strikeout. Oops, that's the wrong one. It's this one. And that ends the inning, but they do tie up the ball game. After 7.5, it's tied at 2. And here's Napoleon Lajoie. Here's the roll. 81. 81 is a strikeout. Okay, so we have to start. We said when we get to Hickman, right? That's 33. Well, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So after Hickman, we start thinking about the fatigue factor. Here's Flick. 46, that's an out. Ground ball to shortstop. O, and it's G. Original Grognard. OG. Next batter, Bill Bradley. 35, that's an out. Ground ball to third base. O, F. And that ends the inning. We're in the ninth. We're tied at 2. Doesn't get any better than this. Oldring is up. Here's the roll to Oldrings. 24. 24 is a strikeout on the nose. Now, I know what it is. It's an exclamation mark. If the catcher is an exclamation mark, it's not a strikeout. It's a walk because he doesn't frame the pitch. But he's a comma, so it is a strikeout. One away here in the ninth. Blackjack Berry. He is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. And we see a lot of one out singles. So will we see another one here? 15. We don't see a single, but we see a walk. It's not automatic steal. So we have gets on base. That's the point. He's on base with one out. And it brings up Ira Thomas. Here's the roll. 27. It's an out. Fly ball to left. That's an O and U. Runner holds. 2 out here in the ninth for Eddie Plank. Now he's a 33. And he is going to start getting fatigued after the next batter. So do you bring in a pinch hitter now? It's a 2-2 game. I have a feeling I'm going to have to go to find... I'm going to have to find under the documents, ball stat, find that score. Because I'm going to really have to look at this game here to see all these pitchers that pitched in yesterday's game. There's a limit on how many people you can face. So I'm going to have to refer to this batters faced. You see so Morgan had 7 batters, Coombs 10, and Dygert 6. That will affect today's, especially if it goes long into the extra innings. We need all the help we can get with pitcher-wise, so he's going to stay in the ball game. Here's the roll. 85. 85 is a strikeout. So no matter who you had up there, he would have struck out. And that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth, and it's tied at 2. Here's Charlie Hickman. This is the guy we've been talking about. This is the last batter without the fatigue factor for Plank. Here's the roll. 72. That's a walk. And a stolen base chance. A-W. Automatic steal. He's an F at 65. 55. Here's the roll. 70. Gets thrown out again. Caught stealing. The automatic steal has hurt the Naps in this game. Here's Stovall. So now, from now on, the fatigue factor kicks in. What is the fatigue factor for starters? From now on, every time he gives up a hit or a walk, all his ratings go up by 3. So all of a sudden, he's a 67 and a 77 here. Okay? And then every other hit after that goes up another 3. So then he would be 70 and 80. So that's pretty much, you got to take him out. But you can still, doesn't mean he's immediately tired. It's when he gives up the next base runner on a hit or a walk. Here's Stovall. Here's the roll. 0-3. This is going to make him tired. It's an extra base hit. And too bad the runner's not on first base because it's an extra base hit, like I said. So 8 minus 10 minus 2, it's in the negative. So 1 to 8 will be an out. 9 to 92 is a double, and 93 to 100 is a triple. The roll is 88. It's a double. So that possibly could have ended the ball game if he didn't get thrown out. But he's at second base now for Harry Bemis. Now, Plank is tired. So when you look at the lineup, You got Bemis, who's a right-hander. You got Moore, who's a right-hander. And then you got a bunch of left-handers. Bay is left-hander. Lush is a switch hitter. Lajoie is a right-hander. Flick is a left-hander. So I'm thinking left-hander. Okay, let's see who we got. Who do we have available? We got to refer to that yesterday's numbers, not yesterday's stats, to catch these guys. If they pitch, they've already faced this many batters. So do they have a good left-hander? Kraus pitches tomorrow. He is not available. You have Morgan, Coombs, Dygert, Vickers, Schlitzer, Atkins, and Call. Now, Atkins and Call are left-handers, but their whip is atrocious. So, I don't think you bring those guys in. And Schlitzer isn't good either. So really, in this elimination game, you're limited to Morgan. Now, Morgan, yesterday, pitched to 7 batters. What does that mean? If you look at the away dugout, and you look at him, Morgan, I guess it doesn't show it here. Down here it shows it. Morgan, 17. So he's given up. He's already faced 7. Is that what we said? So Morgan has faced 7. So really, he can face a maximum of 10 batters before the fatigue factor gets in. And this number has to last him today and tomorrow. All right? Kraus pitches tomorrow. And then Coombs, he has 15. However, Coombs pitched to 10 yesterday. So Coombs only has 5 left in this weekend series. And Dygert's faced 6. So he only has 4. So you got Vickers, you got Schlitzer, Atkins, and you got to use these horrible guys sometime in this series. I mean, this is where the strategy gets in. That's where that 13-inning game yesterday really hurt. Really hurt the losing team, especially. Because, I mean, you're going to have to pitch with guys tired. All right, so we're in the bottom of the inning. That's another factor. You can maybe bring in a Schlitzer who has 19 batters. Because you're facing the bottom of the lineup, and you're facing a pitcher who's they're not going to take him out because he's got a whole lot of batters left. So maybe you bring in a Schlitzer here. Is it time for Schlitzer? Let's see. Let's look at this. Oh, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? I'm looking at this. Okay, so you have Bemis, right-hander, Moore, and then but up here, if you have Schlitzer on with these guys, that's pretty scary stuff. And you have a runner in scoring position, that's another factor. That's why they pay these managers. That's one great thing about this game. I mean, it has this I think it's a 4-game range of maximum batters you can face. So much strategy. And it'd be great if you could play against somebody. You know, you're trying to outfox somebody in this situation. You know, he is tired, right? But I bet you his tired numbers, the first round of tired, 67 and 77, are probably not as bad as like Schlitzer is right now. Let's see. Schlitzer is a 79 walk, 64 hit. So he's a 67-77, and Schlitzer is a 64-69, or 79. Not that much. It's like a 1-point improvement. So we can afford to leave him in a little longer, given that we're tied, given that we're really limited on how many pitchers we have left before we bring in Atkins and Call, which are a recipe for disaster. Look at the walks on Call. He's great with the hit. But the walks, 95, that means everything from 70 all the way to 95 is a walk. That takes away all the strikeouts of the 80s. It takes away all the defense checks up to, that can be a good thing, but still, it's a guaranteed walk all the way to 95. So that is really bad. Atkins, a little bit better on the walk. He takes half the strikeouts away, but his hit is higher, 64. There's some ugly numbers here. Oh boy. So I'd say the Naps are in a little bit better position at this point. So they're going to leave him in just because compared to those other guys, 67 and 77 doesn't look that bad. Here's the roll to Bemis. 79. Even with the 77, it is an out. It's a fly out to right and the runner holds. Clutch pitching for Eddie Plank. So there's 2 out now. And the pitcher's up. So definitely leave in Plank. The face, Earl Moore. Here's the roll to Moore. 08. If that was anybody else, if that was any kind of hitter, that would be a base hit and game over. But because it's Earl Moore, he walks. They say that a walk is as good as a hit. No, it's not. Here's a case in point. The base hit, which is normally an 8 usually is a hit for everybody else, would be the end of the ball game. But for Moore, it's a walk. And it's also right on the nose. If it's an exclamation mark or an asterisk, catcher frames the pitch. But Thomas is a comma, so he does not frame the pitch and get the strikeout. So he does give up the walk. And that also increases Plank's numbers again. So we're going to have to bring him out now, probably for sure. AW. So now Plank is a 70 and 80 for his hit and walk numbers. So that has to be the end for Plank. Now we have Harry Bay up. He's a left-handed batter. We could either bring in one of those really scary guys, Cull or Atkins at this point. Cull might be something we might think about because he gives up no hits, and we just talked about a walk is not as good as a hit. We can afford Cull giving up a walk to Harry Bay, but we can't afford him giving up a hit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in this scary, scary pitcher. He is going to pitch. He's saying, what? I did not expect I would get into this crucial game, but he is, at least for one batter. So Plank is done. Thank you very much, Plank, for the awesome performance here today. But you are going to hit the showers, and we're going to bring in John Cull. John Cull could be his only appearance in this tournament. Here is John Cull with his incredible walk number. Now you think, wow, he's got a great strikeout number, but however, the walk overrides. However, he does get strikeouts on the 40 to 45. However, those are usually outs anyway. It just turns, a possible runner advance to a strikeout. So here is Harry Bay to face the left-hander Cull. We have runners at first and second and 2 out. He can afford to walk one guy. He gets the lefty-righty advantage. Here's another factor. So really, the chances of him getting a hit here are very minimal. He has to roll a 1 to 14. That's the only way he can get a hit. Here's the roll to Harry Bay. 95. 95 is a walk. It probably would have been an error on Home Run Baker anyway, but it works out the same. A walk or a one base error. So it's a walk. So it's AW, and the bases are now loaded. Next batter is Billy Lush. Now a walk is as good as a hit. With the bases loaded, 2 out, yes. A walk is good as a hit. A hit's still better because you can get 2 runs in. We have no more lefty-righty advantage. We still have that 60 hit. Oh, man, what do you do here? No matter what, you don't have the lefty-righty advantage because he's a switch hitter. And the man on deck is a right-handed batter. I think that's got to be it for him. His hit rating is very good, but all those walks. Oh, man. Tempted, though. That's 60. No. You got it. But who do you bring in? Who in the world do you bring in instead? I mean, you got to bring in one of these guys who pitched yesterday. You got to bring in someone like... You got Morgan with a 60. He has a 60 and a 76. Okay, Morgan, you're in. Thank you, Mr. Call. You did, well, you walked somebody. We're not surprised, but at least you didn't give up the winning hit. But we're going to bring in Morgan. Morgan is the pitcher. And Call is out of the game, so we'll put a U here for used. And bring in Morgan. So 9. And who's up? We look at the... He's also... Who's up next? I don't know if more... Okay, we gotta check here. This is a key thing here. In case they do get out of this. Yep, it's Topsy Hartzell. We don't have to do a double switch then. Okay, so we'll be in the 9th position for Morgan. The silence at League Park. Anticipation of this play. Morgan comes in. Morgan, to remind you. Where's that? Over here. Morgan has faced 7 batters already in this series. Therefore, he can pitch to a maximum of 10 batters before the fatigue factor kicks in. And the fatigue factor is different for relievers than it is starters. It immediately goes up. Once you hit that 18th batter, it goes up immediately. You don't have to give up a runner. It automatically goes up +1 and goes up every 3 batters again. Another +1, another +1. So it's not the same. You can probably afford to leave a Morgan in longer. In fact, you're going to have to. But that means he is not available for Game 3 at all. Okay, here's the situation. We have the bases loaded. And we go to home. And we're facing Billy Lush with the bases loaded. Bottom of the 9th. 2 out. Morgan has an incredible hit rating. He does not have the lefty-righty split advantage. And the walk is only 1-76. Or 0-76. Here is the roll to Billy Lush. 21. 21 is a walk. 21 means that the Cleveland Naps are in the Final Four. Walks in a runner. We could have left in that other dude. What's his name again? We could have left in Cull. He could have done the same thing as Morgan did. But that's the ball game. Walked in the winning run. Plank is the... Oh, we didn't even change it. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it off screen. Just know that Plank was the loser because he allowed the leadoff. It will be but he didn't give up these last 2 walks. We forgot to change pitchers, which is what I do. It's my thing. Anyway, great ball game here today. Cleveland Naps of 1904 join the 1908 Naps in the Final Four. And we could have another one. The 1906 Naps could also be in the Final Four. They're still yet to play. But they sweep the number 2 seed, the 1909 Philadelphia Athletics, by a score of 3-2. The 4th place Cleveland Naps, later to be the Indians, who challenged the Boston Americans and took them on and beat them. Then, to get into this turn and lead 8, then they faced the Philadelphia Athletics and beat them to get to the Final Four. We'll cancel this. We'll just look at the box score here. Here are your box score. Philadelphia had 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error, and Cleveland had 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. That's low errors for the dead ball era, that's for sure. Stovall, who came in on a hunch, has not played in this series, was 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in, a walk, including... I don't know, it wasn't the go-ahead run walk was by Lush, but he drove in the other 2 runs. So he's the hero. Also Lush is the hero. Also Moore is the hero. Lots of heroes, but that's the game. This is King Ikeboo signing off. Till next time, Rostercard, Mad King Tournament Baseball. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.